I don't know when I started realizing, becoming a witness, and being worried about the true state of the world that I find myself in. With the destruction of nature, the violence and poverty, and a strange feeling that it all might be connected. The name that my parents gave to me is Butbyien. It means all is well, if only I could still believe and be so sure about it. But this is the story of my quest, and one of hope about the journey I embarked on, trying to understand what holds the potential to lift us up to higher grounds. I met people I couldn't imagine before.
I love nature and nature loves me. Nature is me, it is my life.
Our project now is to plant 25 million trees.
There is a very strong correlation between insecurity and the natural resources.
This is my journey, and I want you to come along through the country I love and therefore care about. It might have all started when I entered the courtyard together with my best friend, looking for an internship at a place called Sahara Farms, where I learned an awful lot about solutions, circular bioeconomics, nutrient cycling, and ecosystem restoration. But let me begin a bit earlier, when all of these words didn't make much sense to me. I was traveling in central Nigeria, close to Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, when the sounds of chainsaws made me stop. What I found was much more than evidence for the illegal cutting of woods and ruthless mining, but the bravery of a single woman called Empress.
This is supposed to be the Maitama Hill Conservative. It used to teem with wild animals. Look at how it ended. There used to be a river here, a flowing river. But now they've spoiled the whole place and we can't even find the river anymore.
So there is an excavation going on here.
It's been going on for years. And see how deep they've dug there. And when it rains, there is a landslide, there is erosion, so a lot of the topsoil are washed away. We want to conserve nature, we want to preserve. Believe me, if I try to make noise here, they will come in gangs. They've raised their shovels and threatened to beat the life out of us. Because when they come to dig the sand, we try to stop them. Sometimes we succeed in stopping them because I will stand there and say, you have to go through me first. Not once, not twice. Otherwise, maybe the entire of this place would have been gone by now. I've come to understand that whatever dies doesn't really die. It comes back again, it grows. When a plant dies, it comes back, it renews itself. When a seed falls to the earth, when it's time for them to shed their seeds, they disperse them and they are reborn again. That's the circle of life. A lot of us, we're occupied, we want to buy cars, we want to live in big houses, but these are the things that really matter. Because without these things, nothing will exist. We need nature. Nature is life. Without nature, how can you live? Everything you take is nature. People are just destroying nature for what? Just so that you could be what? To be rich or to be what? To be... I don't understand the craziness.
Empress impressed me deeply. Her strength, courage, and the clarity of her thoughts. And here, I'm amidst a rising consumer culture, stuffed with things that in a million years will never decompose and renew itself, that go from cradle to grave, promises of a so-called development that I was never looking for. I started wondering if for most part of modern history, humans have overexploited the land. I traveled further north to meet with Fulanis, former nomads that started settling just 2 generations back.
To baba, tambaya na shine kuma ba da ka zo nan da ka fara zama nan ya ne ka gan wurin.
Na fara da mana akwai itatuwa. Kasan da na samu itatuwa da yawa a lokacin ba mutane da yawa.
To ka ce ka gya min labarin yadda kasan ba kasa kai wurin da ka zo nan.
Inda na jo nan lokaci da na jo ne bako ban gane kayan kasan ba.
Ruwan sama to akan da ruwan sama ya ɗan ragu yanzu ba kamar da ba.
The Fulani elders told me about Moses, about a woman I should go visit. She supposedly had promising results with trees and crops on the same plot of land. I met her at a community-organized nursery where young samplings were dispersed.
Me sunanki? Angela wai. Moses. To ya ne gonan ki fadin? Bai.
Ba shi da faɗi sosai ba.
Kijin nan don me ya sa kin karbe shi?
A bushe.
A sa kin karbe shi da zuciya ɗaya mene nufin ki?
So ba gonan ba taki bane.
A
Shine
magana
na karbe ki zan dinga sa shi.
wanne ki faɗa min da kalmar mene zamu?
Damuwan shi.
Eh.
Gyaran abinci.
Ok, mutane ba sa zuwa su gyara shi. Damun da kenan kuna samu da shi. Na gode da nuna mun gonanki yanzu kuma mun zo gidanki. And I'm very, very happy to be at your home. Gonanki nan yayi kyau fa. Farm is very, very nice.
To muna lallaba kenan talaka.
Ya ne kina son agroforestry a nan gaba ya zama miki
Ok na cashew.
duka cashew ko gum arabic, moringa ko avocado.
Ni na jin daɗi a sa shi. Saboda in an sa shi, yayanmu da ba aiki za su samu su ci. Mu iyaye ma mun samu mu ci. In ba sa ba, mu iyaye ne muke sha wahala. Ba abin da iyaye su samu su taimaki yara. Gobe yaro zai zo goma, wannan ya zo goma. Ka fara yaya. Ai in an sa mana nan kaga sun fita sun je sun ci ma zai sa mana albarka. An kawo kasuwa mu ma mun samu mun ci. Yawwa dalilin da mun ji daɗi a kawo shi mun ji daɗin shi.
You should bring food to the table and provide employment to the youth. Interesting. Thank you very much. She had a point, and I went on to search further for people who were thinking along the same lines, but bigger, beyond the backyards. I would not be disappointed at a public event at the regional capital, in front of the old king's palace.
Yaya ne mene za mu fi in mutum yana da fili a ce plot daya yana iya birin samun abu ya fito daga wajen. Allah da za mu biya wannan shi yasa muke harkar bishiyoyi. In ka ga wanda yake harkar bishiya ba wai ya zo yau zai fice da shi ba. Na san shekara ɗaya da ya wuce din nan da muka zo ɗauka kamar yadda kowa ya zo zai zo ya tafi, amma yanzu ne ma muka fara. Kuma kowane community da je na faɗa wanda bai iya ya ɗauka yau ba nan da shekara 5 da rai da lafiya za mu dawo. Kaga mun riga mun lissafi kowane gida in aka samu bishiya 300 wanda dai sun san ishin kashu ba wanda za mu kawo kashu za mu kawo an fara shuka kashu za mu shuka gum arabic karo kenan da moringa da abubuwa sun kai guda 14. Yace ya kamata kowane community kowane mutane ya zama suna iya biyan bukatansu da abubuwan da suke da shi a ƙasansu kafin su fita waje. in Allah da aikin mu nan na shekara 30 ne. To a cikin shekara 10 in Allah da za mu biya wannan. Shi yasa muke harkar bishiyoyi.
I was hooked, not yet convinced, but wanted to learn more. I decided to walk through that door, eager to learn as much as I can, asking questions about everything I didn't understand. The founder and visionary of the organization, Suleiman Dikwa, took me to the nursery to measure forest stands of one of the most diversified systems I've ever seen.
And one of the main causes of deforestation is agriculture, as mentioned by various people along this inquiry. So there's always the belief that you must clear land before you engage into agriculture. Look at the plants are doing very well and healthy. Yes, I don't think any fertilizer is being applied to this soil. We have fertilizer fixing trees like moringa and gum arabic, which can be permanently actually be fixing nitrogen into the soil. That way you are able to regenerate the landscape. So we're talking about the circularity of bioresources. It's like a cradle to cradle thing.
Almost 1 billion people on this degraded planet do not have enough food every day. I knew that. And here we have a solution to restore soils, the land, and bring more food to the table. Why don't we do ecosystem restoration for the benefit of nature and humans on massive scale? Not the kind of monoculture thick forest that I have witnessed elsewhere along the journey, but diverse agroforestry systems like this. If you walk with nature, she will reward us. I have seen with my own eyes. As part of the Circular Bioeconomy Alliance, CBA, hundreds of thousands of trees have been planted already, and millions more are to follow on specially demarcated areas, benefiting some of the most impoverished farmers. I was astonished by the potential I found at Green Sahara Farms, a system that was already fully measured.
So where are we? What's happening here?
This is where we are. This is agroforestry as it is. But you can see that normally we have animals grazing here, goats, sheep. And then we also have a mix of trees. We have some citrus, we have cashews, we have mangoes as well. This is the nut. That's your immediate income. So this is the fruit where you can actually get the juice extract and have your ethanol. We've seen that this model works for our people, considering the current poverty level.
So what's the value chain for when you harvest it?
You have 300 trees on a hectare. So you do the math, 300 by 20 kg. So you have 6 tons, that's 6,000 kg.
Interesting. Yeah. Good market.
I'm glad as an intern that you've picked interest in all of this.
Cash for cashew, grasses in abundance. This is the future of the Circular Bioeconomy Alliance, but at much, much greater scale.
When we approach a community, we engage them. We want to improve their livelihoods. We get them to organize their people into groups. We sign a contract for 30 years. 30 years, we are going to provide the trees, we are going to provide technical support, and we are going to provide market and develop the value chain for whatever we introduce in your community.
I'm really inspired, sir.
It's not even about the economic benefit at the end of it. It's about their survival. It's about their livelihood. For Nigerian, it's not a matter of choice. It's need. But as a nation, we've made a commitment to restore about 4 million hectares. In the context of what is required within the country, that is nothing. It's just a starter. It's just an enabler. It's just to bring attention.
Inspired by the success of existing interventions, Suleiman decided to bring this work to the attention of the minister. So I found myself sitting on the highest floor of a government building in Abuja, Nigeria's capital, wondering not so much anymore about where it all started or where this quest will end.
The rate of deforestation is alarming in Nigeria. And that is why we must all come together and do something about it and reverse it and halt it as well. So we're looking at sustainable ways, circular economy, how to create value chain from the resources in the land.
Do you think or agree that there's a correlation between depletion of our natural resources and the rising criminal enterprise within those zones?
There is a very strong correlation between criminality, or let me call it insecurity, and the natural resources that we have. As our population is increasing, the resources are diminishing. So if we can't take care of nature, we can't take care of ourselves. We all need to understand everything is from nature. So if we destroy it, we destroy our very, very existence.
When leaving the city behind, the words of Empress came back to my mind. The oracle in the woods. How similar her thoughts were to those of the minister.
We need nature. Nature is life.
We state nature, confining it to ever smaller spaces, caging the freedom-loving souls of wilderness in zoos. We have to work with and for nature in a circular bioeconomy based on the principle of renewal. Only what one can do until eternity is truly sustainable. Having learned all that, I now knew where to start by asking myself and others, what does it take to start a circular bioeconomy movement? What can I do to take this to higher grounds?
No matter what, when you have good forest around, animals themselves, they will have peace.